you are somebody. I'm really interested to see what you think about this idea, because I actually think it's genius, and it blows my mind that no one's done this.
Yep.
When you walk, let's say you're feeling a little sick, or you are sick. You walk into Smith's or the grocery store, and you walk to the aisle where you'd get some medicine. So talk to me about that experience, looking for the medicine that you need to buy. Is it a fun experience? Is it an overwhelming experience maybe? Like
Hell.
It's the worst.
Well, and what's hard about medicine is it's like, first you go through your kitchen cabinets and you're like, do I actually have some Dayquil left over from last time? Do I have Tums? Do I have X? So you go through everything you already have, and then you go to the store, and you go to the drugstore to buy drugs just infrequently enough to forget the whole situation. It's an aisle that you don't go down every day. It's like, drop me in the cereal aisle. I know right where to go. I know right what I want. Drop me in the medicine aisle, and it's like, wait, so I can't remember. Do I take ibuprofen? Do I take Advil? Do I take Tylenol? Like, I can't remember what's my preferred painkiller. I can't remember anything.
And heaven forbid you have like a head cold or something. You're like, what, is it a sinus thing now? Is it in my forehead? Do I need like super strength, extra strength, medicated? I mean, there's just like 1,000 variants, 1,000 different options that, active ingredient, anyway, it's a mess. And to me, the other problem is, so what this product is, it starts as one product, and then it becomes a product suite, and then it moves into like a greater thing, right? The core product, I want to touch on this a little bit more. Let's say right now, let's remove coronavirus out of the equation, because I think that might affect how you would answer this. Let's just say you thought you were getting sick. What would you do? Like, what steps would you say? Like, I think I might be getting sick. Like a scratch in the back of your throat. Yeah. Like, what would you do?
Drink more water.
Drink some water.
Sleep more. Maybe take like an emergency.
Right.
Yeah.
The only thing that most people do is like, I guess I'll take some vitamin C tablets or like an emergency, which is not actually like, you're just like hoping you're like upping like the antibodies or whatever like that. You're just hoping that like somehow you've caught up to it, right?
Yeah.
Now there are homeopathic things you can do. Now, for example, a lot of people I didn't know this. If you start getting a scratchy throat, if you gargle some apple cider vinegar or some hydrogen peroxide, a good percentage, it's gross.
That's disgusting.
But a good percentage of the time clears it right out, goes away.
Yeah.
So what I'm pitching to you, Andre, is a medical or a medicine called Sick Juice.
Horrible name.
Listen.
Sick Juice.
Sick Juice.
I hate it.
It's not an energy drink. So what Sick Juice is a very intuitive, very straightforward, prescriptive medicine for every step of the journey of being sick. So I think I'm getting sick. I'm going to get some Sick Juice. And what Sick Juice is it's a gargling solution that, like, I think I'm getting sick. I need to gargle this. Just like I think I have an upset stomach and I take some Pepto-Bismol. I'm gonna gargle some Sick Juice. It's a preventative measure that I believe will help me, and it takes advantage of these things. So you take apple cider vinegar, which does work to some degree, and you make it taste a little better. You put some lavender. You make a solution for that, right? So that's phase one, is a pre-sick solution that's very clear about what it is. If you think you're feeling sick, gargle this solution. Phase two is kind of a follow-up to that, which is more like the emergency, but just like I don't want to get sick, and so I'm going to drink this solution, which is like a vitamin C enhanced thing to like, I'm sick, I'm getting sick, so I'm going to drink a bunch of Sick Juice to help curb that, right? Yeah. And then the third ingredient to the Sick Juice is, I am sick. What do I do? So when you're sick and you throw up, what do? You take some Sprite, maybe some Powerade.
Totally.
Which is like not really what you should do.
Yeah.
And something like Pedialyte, which is gross and meant for kids.
I love Pedialyte.
No, Pedialyte's disgusting.
If I could replace water with Pedialyte in my house, I would just drink Pedialyte.
Anyway, Pedialyte, it's strangely not marketed very well, and it has like it's like
horribly marketed.
You open it and it's like it lasts for 2 weeks and you got to get rid of it. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
So it's either that or like soda or Powerade.
Yeah. The myth that like when you're sick you should drink Sprite, Where did that come from?
It's a weird thing, right?
I think Sprite started that.
Probably. But like I drink Powerade, and it's like, you
Yeah.
get electrolytes, you get a couple of carbs, right? Whatever. But like, you're not really supposed to drink water either. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, so I feel like I'm getting sick. I don't want to get sick, and I'm sick.
Yeah.
And you have these 3 bottles of stuff that is like very intuitive, that is like prescriptive to the symptoms you're feeling.
Color coded.
Color
Says
coded.
1, 2, 3.
Exactly.
And then the stage.
It's obvious, right? And then the Grandmaster plan right here. If you're Pepto-Bismol, what do you sell? You sell things to make it so you don't have diarrhea. You can't move into NyQuil, right? And say vice versa. If you're NyQuil, like you have a little more wiggle room, but like you're not moving into, sinus stuff, right? With Sick Juice, you open yourself up to a whole Sick Juice brand, right? And so like, there's Sick Juice night formula, and there's Sick Juice this, there's Sick Juice this, there's Sick Juice this, all because you're sick.
Yeah.
And that's what you get is you stock up on Sick Juice, right? Like you get it in your mind of like, this person's sick, I'm going to send them some Sick Juice. Like, oh, I got to make sure I got Sick Juice in my drawer. Not this one nasal medication. It's just like, it's the thing that you defer to. And if that's not helping, you get the more specific thing, which is like, oh, actually I have a migraine, or actually I have a whatever. I know you don't love the name, but
the name is like really distracting for me.
Sick Juice.
So is it important to you that it tastes good?
So it doesn't have to taste good. It just needs to not.
Is it important to you that it tastes palatable?
Well,
Where are you at on taste?
so on the pre-Sick Juice, gargling apple cider vinegar is like pretty disgusting.
Right.
A few steps more palatable than that, I think, is good. You want it to feel clinical, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you don't
It's
want
right where my head's at.
you don't want it to taste like this is good.
You're like, this is Powerade.
This is Powerade. So Sick Juice 1, clinical. Sick Juice 2, which is like vitamin emergency basically, but like I would argue differently. Like you would do other things. That can taste better, I think.
Yeah.
And then Sick Juice 3, I think, would be pretty even keel. Like not good or bad, but like
Yeah.
definitely not sweet. Like a Powerade Zero or whatever,
Totally.
like a diet drink.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty interested. I think where I could see myself having this is you sell it in like a 3-pack.
Yep.
Or a 6-pack that has, you get 2 of each bottle or whatever, or of each stage. Or maybe there's like extra, whatever the combination that works is. And then where I see this going in my life is like one of those things that you put in your fridge, like back by the baking soda.
Yep. You
And it's
always
like,
have Sick Juice in
It's
your
always
house.
in your fridge.
Just
and
like-
it's, doesn't go bad.
Just like
Yep.
Pepto-Bismol is one of those things you kind of just always want to have a bottle of it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I kind of like the idea of it being, because it's a drink.
Yep.
And you put it in the fridge. You know that it's there because things that are in your fridge, you have an inventory of.
Right.
And then like you think you're getting sick, you feel scratchy throat. You're like, oh, I actually have a bottle that can deal with this. You drink it. It feels kind of gross, but it also kind of feels like it's working. It's formulated in a way where it's convincing. I think that that's interesting to me for sure. So that's one concept. I think my other concept that I would explore if I was this company is if you could do it in like powders.
Sure.
Right, where it's like mixed with water, mixed
Sure.
with
Yeah.
mixed with
I don't
X.
think you rule that out.
I like the idea of it being pre-made. I don't know. For some reason, that just like really strikes me as interesting. But if not, like a box that has 20 packets all in a row.
Just like emergency.
The first section is the pre, and the second section is the during, and the whatever the sections are.
Totally.
It's like you pull out a red packet, you mix it with water.
You do the red packet, a yellow packet, and a blue packet, or whatever.
Yeah.
But that branding, to me, you could have its own. Like I think Claritin, when it comes to allergy medicine, did a really good job of being like they sell effing 4 tablets in those boxes.
Yeah.
But like
For
when
like $1 million.
Yeah. But when I think like, oh, I need some allergy medicine, like I think of Claritin. And same with Pepto-Bismol. It's like they've made a brand for themselves very well. And NyQuil the same. I think there is absolute space for like this type of.
Yeah. And what I like about it is it's like, those are all like treatments for a specific symptom. And I like that this is kind of a little looser.
Yes.
And that like the concept of just like, this is what you drink the second you start feeling sick.
Yes.
There's nothing really for that stage now at all.
Nothing.
Right. And it doesn't have to be like, this doesn't require like a medical breakthrough. It's exactly what we were talking about. It's like
apple cider vinegar with a little bit of honey
there's
and
some
lavender.
electrolytes in there. There's a couple of like those herbal remedies. it makes you feel a little better. Maybe just the hydration alone is enough to make you feel better.
Hydration and the homeopathic stuff and a